TANKTOP BAKUGO. Oh my goodness. This guy is a freaking beast. He is actually really good, and I've been debating for the past few days, like, do I showcase him already or do I wait, because then I could showcase him in Climax Battle and I could showcase him in Club Festival. But ultimately the decision I came to is I'm gonna do a PvP showcase right now at level 100 for this Bakugo, and then since I did pull extra copies of him, I'm gonna try to get him to level 130, and when Club Festival comes out and when the next Climax Battle comes out, they'll be coming out at the same time as the Yayurozu in the bottom left hand corner on the 22nd. When those come out, I will do another showcase for this Bakugo, showing you guys how good he can be in Club Festival as well as how good he is going to be in Climax Battle. He's going to be ridiculously good in Climax Battle against Gentle Criminal. Like, he's going to be insane. So far in PvP, I have been very impressed with him, and then on the home screen, just look at this art. It looks amazing. It's probably one of my favorite Bakugo arts. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments though, but let's go ahead and hop over to PvP and I'll show you guys what we're working with. Currently, we are in top 2, working our way up to legend. We still got like 10 days left or something like that. I'll almost definitely make it to legend without even really trying too hard, but we are not going against like the best of the best teams. Just to clarify, I would still say these teams are pretty good. They have pretty good characters on them and whatnot. So this right here is more of like a speed team we're going against, with Gentle Criminal and Ida obviously, and then Todoroki slows down. So I think this team will actually be fairly easy. I'll try a little bit harder team after this, but I think Bakugo is really good against defensive teams like my own, who have Redestro on defense, because he can block Redestro's buffs, or he can block like Kirishima's last stand buffs if they have Fantasy Kirishima. He's really good against defensive teams and blocking those buffs, which is it can be insane, right? So this Bakugo, let's talk about his kit really quickly and then we'll get into doing some fights here. So his plus ultra move deals 700% damage to a single opponent. When character has the ability to overwhelm, this skill gains piercing shots and increases character's critical hit rate by 30%. So it's pretty much almost a guaranteed crit with piercing shot, because you are going to have overwhelm as well, which just gives you more damage, which is insane, right? Really, he's going to hit hard. He's going to hit very hard. His first action skill is called Crash Burst. It deals 300% damage to all opponents with a medium chance of blinding them for 3 turns and blocking their buffs for 1 turn. This is a really good action skill because A, it's an attack all, B, it's a multi-hit attack all. So whenever you have multi-hit attack alls, you could, in theory, hit each hit for 99,000 and break the damage cap. So this is actually a really good action skill, not to mention it blocks buffs and does status elements, which is solid. His second action skill is Explosive Speed Turbo. It deals 400% damage to a single opponent and blocks their buffs for 2 turns. That's a guaranteed block. Increases character skill impact by 10% for 10 turns when used in a successfully executed skill chain, and then increases character's plus ultra gauge by 30% when used in a second or later successfully executed skill chain. Now this Bakugo is actually really solid for VE Tower as well. They just haven't been coming out with as many VE Towers recently, so I decided not to showcase him in VE Tower. If I find out that they're going to like start actually being consistent with releasing new VE Towers or new difficulties of VE Towers, maybe I'll showcase him in VE Tower. But he is going to be good for VE Tower because he does have status elements, he has technical hits, and he has his own plus ultra gauge raise, and he raises his own crit for his plus ultra. So honestly, a pretty solid VE Tower character. His first auto skill is called Daredevil. It gives character the ability to overwhelm for 2 turns up to 1 time, so that's from the start of battle, and then gives character the ability to overwhelm for 3 turns every 3 turns. When character has the ability to overwhelm, increases character's skill impact by 10% for 10 turns and critical hit rate by 10% for 10 turns, which is solid, right? So he's getting extra crit and extra skill impact. And then his second auto skill, High Pride. When character has the ability to overwhelm, which he always has it, increases character's speed by 35% and critical resistance by 35%. That crit resistance is really nice and the speed is really nice. So this Bakugo actually works out insanely well on speed teams, but I'm running him on a defensive team just because that's my preference and kind of the style I've been running with recently when it comes to actually climbing and climbing easily against the people that are in these upper ranks of top and legend rank. With all that said, let's get into the first match. So they should have turn advantage. The only real speed I have here is from Bakugo speeding himself up. You could potentially run him with like Celebration or Araka. You could run him with the New Endeavor, who gives your whole team speed. You can run him with Compress, who speeds down the enemy team. So there's lots of people that you can run this Bakugo with, make like a speed team, and he's actually really good for. I do feel like he needs to be more than level 100 though, personally, if you're going to run him on a speed team. Otherwise he just gets targeted and taken out a little bit too easily, in my opinion. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're going to do Redestro skill first, and then we'll do Bakugos, and then we'll do Deku's. I think we should probably do that first in case we end up getting frozen or something. Yeah, so we'll do this. And that's why we did what we did. And then we at least get the skill off, even if it's not in a successfully executed skill chain, it should be fine. Now, the one that does matter is Bakugo's next action skill, because this one needs to be used in a second or later successfully executed skill chain to get the plus ultra gauge up. Otherwise, we're not going to have his plus ultra. We might actually still not have it because we didn't get the full 3 skill chain turn 1. But it is what it is. It shouldn't throw us off too much, I don't think. I think we'll be all right. So let's go ahead and continue. And Redestro is just still a beast, obviously, making it possible for us to not have to worry about speed. Alright, so there we go. Bakugo actually did get his plus ultra. Redestro is the one who didn't. I don't even know if it's worth using my plus ultra right now, because Ida's just going to draw aggro. Yeah, let's just wait. We'll wait. Why not? It's not even worth it. Alright, and then here comes Ida's. It's kind of weird that Ida was the slowest on his team for plus ultra. Kind of funny, actually. Alright, now we got all of our skills, so we'll go ahead and use our skills here. And we're still slower somehow. And we got frozen again. Oh, that's annoying. Alright, fine. Whatever. Alright, we're good. We're good. And then we should be able to do this and then this. Yeah, that's the order we want. Redestro should be fine. Yeah, he's fine. We're good. Get rid of Ida's evasion, and Todoroki is dead. Alright, and now we'll go ahead and use all of our plus ultras and see how this goes. Oof, that one kind of hurt. Alright, this should do a decent amount of damage right here. Oh, but we targeted. That's why you use targeting. I thought we were going to target Ida right there, but we targeted Gentle Criminal with Bakugo, unfortunately. It is what it is, though. Yeah, we should be fine doing this. Alright, let's see how much damage Bakugo can do. Oh, actually, really good damage. Nice evasion for us. And then, boom. There is the dub. I won't say that was the cleanest dub. I won't say that was fully due to Bakugo. Bakugo did good damage, but I would attribute that more to Redestro right there, just being the massive tank that he is. Like, Redestro is insanely good. But let's take a look at the numbers and see what the numbers tell us for Bakugo in that fight. So yeah, Redestro 315,000, Bakugo 141,000, and then Deku 27,000. So Bakugo did contribute pretty well. That blocking of buffs is really important, and it's something you don't really notice unless you tap in and look at what you're blocking on the enemy. So let's go ahead and find somebody here to take on. I don't know. I really want to take on a defensive team of Redestro, because I feel like when you take on a Redestro, you really get to see how good the Bakugo is. But at the same time, man, what do we do here? What team do we pick? Okay, this one has Kirishima. Let's go with this one. I feel like we'll get to see, this will work. Okay, so with this one, we should get to see, hopefully, if we block the buffs and do everything correctly, Kirishima die, even though, so as long as he has his counter, he's not supposed to die, essentially. But even with his counter, you can kill him with Bakugo. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. I imagine we will be slower, although they don't really have any speed ups, and Bakugo has a speed up. We might actually be faster. We are faster. Okay, so cool. We're faster. This is definitely a defensive team we're taking on. I'm excited to see how this goes. We don't have to worry about status elements, so yeah, we'll keep this order. And you can see Kirishima taking 0 damage, but it's fine. Alright, and now we'll go like this. I'm doing this order so we don't end up using Dual Summertime up. We'll block Kirishima's buffs. Alright, so that blocks buffs for 2 turns. Let's take a look and see if we are blocking anything. Defense up, critical resist up. I feel like there should be a block thing in here, but maybe not. Okay, well, anyways, let's do our plus ultras and see what happens. Yeah, the block is kind of confusing. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. In my opinion, it's interesting. All right, evasion, which is annoying, so he's gonna evade that. And then Redestro gets his, but he doesn't have the piercing shot yet, so yeah. All right, now just rinse and repeat. And once again, we have a medium chance of blinding them for 3 turns and blocking their buffs. And you can see them resisting things too, so I assume maybe they're resisting the block buffs. I think block buffs is a status element technically, and I think maybe we're not able to block buffs because of Najire being on the field / Deku, and I think that's what's going on there. I'm pretty sure actually that we are not blocking buffs for that reason. So otherwise you would see the block buff come through. That's the best explanation I have for it. I think that's what's happening. So let's go ahead and continue. All right, there. We definitely block buffs that time. I saw it. If I could just hit menu and see it in between attacks. Now, let's see if it's still there. It might have already... Okay. Yeah, so... Pretty sure... pretty sure it went through and then it got nullified. But, Yep, I guess I don't really know. Alright, plus ultra time. $99,000 damage. Yep, we did not kill him because of his counter, because we did not block his buffs. So there you go. Now we know. Definitely didn't block his buffs like we should have right there, because ideally his buffs would have been blocked and he wouldn't have had that last stand, and then we could have killed him. So it is, I believe, 2 buffs at random though, so it could have just been we were blocking other buffs. But realistically, I think between Najire and Deku, just they're negating my ability to block buffs, which is kind of annoying. Not gonna lie. All right, now Najire is finally dead. Maybe now we'll get to see a block buff go through. All right, so now Kirishima's counter is gone. We should ideally. Well, we're gonna kill here. Ideally, you would be able to see us blocking Kirishima's buffs, though. Alright, he's dead. Alright, now we're fighting 3 healers. What a team. Alright, we'll go ahead and use all these plus ultras. And don't forget with Bakugo, he has Overwhelm, so he has Piercing Shot and increased crit rate. Alright, and she... Oh, yeah, I'm still probably dead, actually. 99,000 damage, yeah. Pretty close to dead. All of them are just right on the edge with their last stands. Okay. We do have to wait a turn here. We should be fine, though. Yep. Uh-huh. All right, yeah, we're still good. Okay, let's see if we might actually just kill all 3 in this turn. But let's see if we get some block buffs, maybe. Oh, we're killing all 3. All right, well, there you go. Bakugo just killing all 3. I feel bad because we didn't really get to see. It's hard to see him block buffs, okay, when you have so much status ailment nullification and it counts as a status ailment, which is, you know, it's just what the meta is right now, and it's kind of annoying, but like, I don't know. Bakugo can still be very, very useful. The blocking buffs can be very useful. You just have to have it actually go through and land and not be nullified. And yeah, let's take a look at the battle damage for that one. So Bakugo actually kept up. We had enough turns that time for him to keep up with Redestro and damage, 400,000 damage. That looks very good for the boy, right? So you can't deny that Bakugo does good damage at the very least. I think his blocking buffs thing is cool in theory. I think it's a little bit tough right now with just the current meta of having all the status element nullification that is in the game. Now, we did block buffs on the first fight, but unfortunately I didn't go in to show you guys the the emblem for blocking buffs, but there is a special new emblem for blocking buffs in the game. So I promise he does block buffs. It's not glitched. It's just yeah, the current meta is annoying at the very least. So there is the PvP showcase. Like I said before, I will be doing a club festival / climax battle / I'll be redoing PvP again. So we'll get another chance to look at Bakugo here in a later showcase. But like I said, I just didn't want to wait to do the showcase. I feel like this character is actually pretty good for a general pool unit, and I wanted to show him off to you guys. So if you enjoyed the video, please go down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and thank you guys for watching. Peace.